All right, so grabbing your broomstick. Oh shoot, where'd mine go? Here it is. The first thing we're gonna do, because we have a bunch of sumo stance deadlifts today, is we're gonna go through a staggered stance good morning. We're gonna get 2 sets of 10 on each side. So for this, you back rack your PVC or brim or whatever you have. Oops. And then from here, your width of your feet is just about a squat stance, but then you're gonna split it. So one foot's gonna go forward, the other is gonna go a little bit back. From here, keeping both toes or both big toes pressed into the ground, my weight nice and even, my core brace. I'm just gonna be hinging, pressing into that front foot, really looking for a glute stretch and kind of activating the glute on that front side. So I'm gonna get 10 on my right side, then switch my feet, 10 on my left, and then we'll do another full set of 10 and 10. So just look for a nice braced core and press into your hinge, looking to kind of really fire up that front glute. 10 right, 10 left, in just a staggered split stance. So don't go so far that you get any rounding in the low back. We're just looking to hinge into it. So, and rather than just regular stance good mornings, you're gonna have one foot a little bit forward, like a split stance. There you go. And you should feel that front hip and glute light up much more than the back. That's kind of what you're looking for. So you're welcome to have a tiny little bend in both of the knees, or you can keep your legs straight here, maybe just a bend in the back leg. But really just trying to move with your breathing. Think about inhaling as you press into it and hinge, exhaling as you stand tall and push away from the ground. So maybe your first set, we're just kind of finding it. Second set, may be able to press into it a little bit more. But again, really looking for the hinge. Watch that low back movement. Want to just press into it. Good, Anne. That looks great, Mandy. So really press into that big toe in the front, lighting up that front glute. We'll finish up 2 sets of 10 right, 10 left. Good, Megan. I can see you're at a hamstring, just firing up. Think about inhale, press, exhale, stand and squeeze. When you're done with that, you can go ahead and put that to the side, and we're just gonna need a space that we can see you for our candlesticks. So basically a place on the ground, a mat that I can see you on. And we'll go through a candlestick progression together. So any of you who haven't been exposed to it in the past, we'll get a little progression into it. And if you've done it before, we'll get a little refresher. There you go. So the way that Mandy's oriented there is perfect, where I can see her width-wise there, because, and then Steph as well. So if you could try to set yourself up to be able to see that, I'll be able to coach you a little better. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through a progression, and it starts with just coming to a ball up, and then we'll go through different options for this. So we're gonna start with your ball up. Just getting into a tuck position. So it's knees to nose, toes together. You're reaching for your toes. You could be up on your tailbone. Maybe you rock back. You're just going to stay tight, tight, tight. And from here, it's just a ball up. So while you're here, take a couple deep breaths here under compression and just practice breathing under compression. And then you can relax out of that. So The next step would be a great modification for candlesticks if they don't come super easy or you don't connect to them super well. What you could do instead is do ball ups. I think I'm going to move my camera real quick. Let's see if this works. Okay, so first thing we're going to practice is just rolling like a ball, but what we want to do is practice it with control. So I'm getting in this tucked up position. I want to point my feet and just barely touch my feet to the ground. From here, I want to keep tucked. I'm going to roll back and then come forward. And my goal is just to find that balance point again. So roll back, chin tucked, roll forward, find balance. So let's try to roll through 6 to 8 of those, where you can find your balance at the top every time. So really thinking of squeezing everything in. If you can, you wouldn't even touch your toes, you'd just be balanced in a tight little ball. But maybe you're just tapping your toes to get over that balance. So Mandy, you gotta get up over that hump. There you go. So this is just really great practice, being in a tight little ball, and then the gravity is fighting you and you're working to stay in that ball, and then learning to control that with the touches or the lack of touches and just pausing. So that's a great thing that you could work on if these are kind of difficult. Go ahead and go with those. And the next step would just be practicing our candlestick hold. So for the candlestick hold, we're going to do the same setup, and we're going to ball up and roll back. I'm going to press into the ground with my hands, and then I'm going to point up and squeeze my glutes. So I'm pressing into the ground with my hands, rolling back, and then I'm going to point up and squeeze my glutes. So I want to really point straight up and not back behind me. So go ahead and try that. Where you're rolling back, keep pressing into the ground with your arms, and then you reach up. There you go, Rose. So remember, we're trying to hold. So stay up there. Good. Good, Mandy. So point up, squeeze your butt. So from there, when you're cycling candlesticks, like if you've got control of that, the idea of cycling through candlesticks becomes just the same as doing your ball ups, but you're going to pause and point up to your candlestick and come back down. So the rotation is still the same. The timing at the front and the pause at the front is still the same. Our goal is just to point the feet up at the top. So that would just be roll back, press, point, come down, balance. Roll back, press, point, come down, balance. So you'll notice that this is a position, then this, then I come back down and balance. So it's just a matter of stacking your hollow. So you can play around with that a little bit and see if you want to cycle through those. But really, any rollbacks where you can come back with control is what we're looking for. So if it's a ball up, that's better than doing things without control. You got to use the momentum of the down and forward. There you go, Rose. Good, Mandy. So Mandy, you're really pressing on the back of your neck there. Want to be thinking of staying in your hollow, pressing into the ground. So you should be in the top of your back rather than the neck. There you go, right there. And then press up and squeeze, and then come back down. And if you can't go all the way up, just stay in your ball up and work on cycling. So in this workout, we're going to be doing sets of 15 of these often. Well, not often. You're going to be doing 4 sets, but you have to do them comfortably and cycle through. Ideally, we'd be just zooming through 15 in a row. So if that means staying tight in a ball the whole time, please do that. Try to find your good positions and feel comfortable about this. You should be able to breathe through them and feel like you're getting better at them as you go. So that's our goal. And if you feel a little disconnected now, maybe at the end of 4 rounds, you'll feel much more connected. If not, just stay really tight and try not to go too far can't really do too much harm there. So the other movement that we're gonna go through next is your double unders. Just going through a little warm up and your options for that. So the first one would be toe touches, finding whatever, could be a different dumbbell or maybe the dumbbell you're gonna use or whatever you've got. It's gonna be 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Let's all practice that for 20 right, 20 left, just to get the heart rate back up. We'll go through our different double options, and then you can choose one of those if you're not gonna do jump rope. So again, it's 20 right and 20 left. You're just looking for a nice quick switch of the feet, tapping lightly on top. So the next option would be just penguin taps, single penguin taps, jumping up, tapping your hips once while you're in the air. Jump, tap, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I want to see relaxed and just kind of loosey-goosey. Let's get 20 of those just to get that little calm jump. It's about timing. Just jump, tap, jump, tap. From there, if you want to go penguin taps, but you want to look for your doubles, or maybe you already are comfortable with doubles, then I would definitely try for the double penguin taps. Our goal is, again, tap twice while you're in the air. So you have to jump higher, tap faster, but the same landing. So straight up and down, tap, 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 tap. 6, try to go for 20 if you can. Whew. And I'm really happy and fortunate and lucky that my space is big enough and tall enough to do jump rope. So if you want to do jump rope today, then you can do jump rope if you have the space to do it. Could be singles, could be doubles, just anything you want to work on in the jump rope area. So either way, written for some short cardio. 30 in a row is going to be penguin taps, toe touches, or jump rope. So the next movement we want to go over is our sumo deadlift. So let's go ahead and grab our broomsticks again. All right, so just to touch base with our sumos with a bar, kind of remind us of how wide we want to be standing. That's super important with sumos, but also looking for some tension and positions. So we can practice with PVC or a broom or whatever you have to make it a little bit lighter. The first thing is really, really wide stance. Sumo stance means much wider than your regular squat stance. Remember that the wider I'm standing, the closer I am to the ground already. That just makes things easier. So from here, I want to kind of grab the floor with my feet, stand up tall, but also turn on my abs. So think about kind of pulling my ribs down, pushing into that pipe or PVC or broom. From here, I just want to send that broomstick straight down my legs as my knees go wide. My chest's going to stay up or fight to find tension. So in the end, we want to go mid-shin or so, but our shape should be about a house. So we're looking to have our knee over our heel, nice and wide, butt down, chest up. We're looking for tension, push the floor away. So from here again, slide it down, knees go wide, and push the floor away. So we are still hinging at the hip. It's just not quite as dramatic as in a traditional deadlift. So let's just get a couple more reps there where you're just looking for wide knees. Good. So gotta bend the knees. We're trying to look for like that vertical shin in the bottom. That looks great, Megan. Wide knees there, Rachel. Good, Mike. So it's all about tension. You're trying to create a lot of tension here. pressing down into tension, and then using that tension to push away from the floor. Our load today for our deadlift should be what I would call something relatively moderate. You're gonna get a lot of reps, but maybe we're only getting like 15 at a time, 10 at a time. You should be able to hold on and get a good chunk. You will probably be looking at about 90 seconds, maybe even more, maybe a little less, of sumo deadlifts every round. That's our goal. So we're looking at scores this morning between 89 and 160 deadlifts. It's a lot of reps. So pick something that feels comfortable. However, we don't have to move at the speed of light to get 20 in 90 seconds, right? So don't feel like you need to go super light, but if you only have something light, you could grab 2 of them. If you're holding a big dumbbell, yes, hold it just like Jason is. Make it so that you have to work to get down. So yeah, Rose, flip your dumbbell so that it's not hanging so far. Yeah. That'll make you have to press yourself closer to the ground.
Rach, if we're using 2 dumbbells, are we gonna hold them this way?
Yeah, they'll probably be more comfortable that way in the end. You don't have to worry about like, you know, standing up and opening your hip if that's like right in the way. Katie did it this morning. You could tell she got a little bit more comfortable with them, but they ended up that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I use a bar?
Yeah, you could use a bar. I would definitely keep it 55, or what do you have for a bar? 45-pound bar?
45, yeah.
Yeah, then just stick to 45 and don't put weight on it. Looking for position more than anything. That looks great, Megan. So the good thing about those dumbbells is they really make you fight for that depth. Good, fight for the knees nice and wide, Kat. Keep them nice and wide there, Mandy. That looks great. Just press that floor away. Yes, that looks so good. I can't see your hip hinge, but I can see your feet and your angles look really good. So think about how things feel too, guys. Inhale as you come down, you're filling your tension, and your exhale pushing the floor away. So as long as these feel comfortable enough for you to kind of grab a hold and rip out maybe set of 10 at a time, that looks great, Mandy, fighting for that chest up, wide knees, good. So our goal here is to really put the work of the deadlifts into your glutes. Find your glutes. Don't go so fast that your low back just lights up. If your low back lights up, take a break, shake it out, get back to it. So nice wide knees, kind of pressing into the glutes. We really want to just try to turn those on. So how this is going to work today, we've got 4 rounds to get through, and each round is 3 minutes long. Every round will be 15 candlesticks. Just do rollbacks if you're uncomfortable with them. It will be 30 of your jumps, whatever it is. Jump rope, toe touches, penguin taps, and it will be as many sumos as you can get in the remaining time. Remember, you're probably going to have close to 2 minutes to do sumos. That's a lot. So just keep it strong. Do small sets if you need to. Take little breaks if you need to, but it's only 3 minutes of work. So we will have 1 minute rest in between each set. You can record your reps in between, and that will be our goal, just to kind of stick with yourself. Try to get there at the same time and get the same amount of reps. Anybody have any questions about this? Anybody need to go pee? Now's the time. Anne, you have a question?
Yeah, what are the numbers again? We're doing what?
15 rollbacks or candlesticks.
Okay, 15.
And then it's 30 jumps, and then as many deadlifts as you can.
Okay, deadlifts.
So
Okay,
deadlifts
thanks.
are what we count. And that will be what you write down. All right, so it only takes us 15 minutes to move through this, so that's kind of nice. And then we'll have time to stretch together. So, starting with the candlesticks, everybody ready? All right, let me mute you all. It will be nicer. All right, in 5, 4. All right, roll back, find your balance, find your cadence. Use your arms, press into the ground. There you go, Rose, those look great. Good, Rachel. When you roll back, press into the ground with your straight arms. You too, Mike. Press into the ground with your straight arms as you roll back. There you go, Mike, that's it. And then you can press off of the ground as you roll forward. Good, Brooke. We want to roll all the way to the feet, over the hump to balance. There you go, Jason. Be the gymnast. All right, quick feet here, hop feet. 15 goes right into 30. Nice job, Kat. Those look great. All right, Megan, a minute 40 of sumo deadlifts. Look for the tension, look for the hinge. Try to really fill your brace. Yes, Steph. Good job. Keep those knees pressing wide. There you go, Rose. Push into your tension. Flat feet, wide knees. All right, Rachel, butt down, chest up. Take those knees wide. Want to show me the house. 1 full minute of deadlifts. Try to take it all the way down, all the way up. Find your glutes. Wide knees, wide knees. Think about vertical shins. So much time, guys. Keep it up. There you go, Brooke. Just a nice wide squat. Just press into tension. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Time. All right. Well, everybody had over a minute and a half there, so that's great. Now we kind of know what we're getting into. We're still kind of searching for those candlesticks. Remember, the goal is straight legs up towards the ceiling. Squeeze your glutes. But more important is control. So we want to get all the way over to the hump, like over to the front. You start and end every rep just where you started the first rep. So if you're not getting back over, use your arms, pull yourself back over. 20 seconds. 10. All right, starts with 15. Candlesticks or rollbacks. 2, 1, here we go. Good. Reach for the feet when you're seated tall. Yes, Rose. Press into the ground with your arms. That is something we want. It's not a modification. So Rachel, press into the ground with your arms when you roll back. Flat arms into the ground. There you go. They will help you. Press into it. You got it. Good, Ann. Way to get up every time. All right, quick feet. Let's go, 30 quick reps. Great candlesticks, Kat. Awesome length. Way to open the hips and squeeze the glutes. Looking for control. All right. Steph, making quick work. Think butt down, chest up. Try to fight into the tension there. Wide, wide knees. There you go. Try to press your hips evenly down. Make sure you're not going too far to the right or to the left. It should be straight down in between. Think about tension. Are you finding it on both sides? Wide knees, chest up. There you go. Spread those knees wide, especially on your way up. Past the minute mark. Try to light the glutes up. There you go, Mike. Think vertical shins, knees wide. "20 seconds. "10 seconds. Keep pressing it in. 2, 1. All right, you're over the hump. I hope you feel it in your glutes. We'll get into our third round. Your candlesticks are all just getting better, guys. So keep pressing into it. Remember, you go up, you come down before you roll. So you gotta bring your knees to your chest before you try to come back to your start position. Looks awesome though. Fun new skills. Transfer all over the place. 20 seconds of rest. Couple more deep breaths. And we'll just be ready to go. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. There you go. Press into your arms. Keep your chin tucked, Mandy. There you go. Yes, good job, Jason. I like your control. Keep it up, Mike. Keep pressing into the floor to find control, stability. Awesome, Rose. It beats a burpee. All right, Steph. Here we go. Penguin taps, working on timing. Nice job, Mandy. All right, Kat. Woo-wee! So much time, Steph. 1:40. Rose, Steph, Megan, Mike, Jason, all. Yes, nice job, Mandy. Wide, wide knees. Press the floor. Good, Kat. Way to look for tension. That looks great. Good. Fight to keep that right knee nice and wide too, Mike. That's it. Think about hips being centered. Press into the tension. 1 minute. Good, Brett. There you go, Megan. Think about wide knees, wide knees. Less than 30 seconds. That's it, Rachel. Or should I call you Teddy? Spread that floor. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Last minute of rest. All right. So we've just got one more to move through. Try to stay consistent. That's what it's about. "30 seconds of rest. Then just one more round."
Am I doing the candlestick things right?
Yeah, rollbacks are great. That's the progression. Just a rollback and then come to balance.
Okay.
They're simple, but they're fun and working on core. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Last set of 15. There you go. It's not about rushing. We're looking for control. Good. Think straight up, squeeze your glutes. Tailbone tuck, open your hips. Good stuff. Like someone's pulling your big toes straight up to the ceiling. All right, 30 quick reps. Good, Mike, great timing. Here we go, Jason, nice quick feet. All right, when you get there, it's your last set. Let's press into those glutes. Strong core here. Find your glutes, use them. Plenty of time. Here we go, less than 1 minute of work. Fight to keep breathing. Inhaling down, exhaling up. Stay in your breath. Stay in control. Steph, those look great. There you go, Jason. Great wide knees. We're looking for flat feet, wide knees. Keep pressing into it. "20 seconds. Six, 5, it's time. Nice work, guys. So take a moment, take a beat, try to do some math. Maybe it's easy math. There's 4 rounds. So we're gonna go through and just one at a time, go through and score, just so we can touch base and then talk about how things felt for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with Ann because you look kind of ready. What'd you have for reps, Ann?
128.
128. All right. How'd it feel?
Oh, yeah, that was a good workout for sure.
Good.
Yeah, those candlesticks are hard.
Good. But I feel like you were much better in your last round than you were in your first. So
Yeah, it's getting there, yeah.
yeah. So that's great exposure when we get better at something throughout a workout as we get more tired. So
Yeah.
good job. And 128 is a great score. So moving on, Rose, you have your math done?
Yeah, 100 even.
100 even. Did you have it even split or was it, were you varied or very consistent?
The first 2 rounds were more, but I started to slow down because I started to feel it in my low back. So I started to slow down instead. So I could feel a little
They
more.
felt better in the second
Yeah.
two? Cool.
Yeah.
Your candlesticks look awesome.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah, right? Fun little skill. And great gymnastics movements because they really help you get comfortable with some positions. So awesome work there. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no worries. The easy part was just being able to like tap my toes inside
On the
of my
front. Yeah, yeah. It's fun to find that control though. You looked great. Steph, how about you? Oops, hang on. Eric, I'm trying.
Hit the wrong button.
That's okay.
I got 150.
150. How big were your dumbbells?
They're 225s.
Oh, okay, so you have 50.
Yeah.
Woo! How'd that feel for you?
I really liked it. The dumbbells were awkward, but I was able to find where it was comfortable.
Right.
So finding the tension. And I really like the candlesticks.
Did you feel your glutes come into play on the candlesticks and on the sumo?
Yeah.
Yeah, sumos.
Yeah, because I noticed on the candlesticks when I would go too far back if I didn't squeeze my glutes tight enough.
Yeah, right?
But I'd lose control.
That's cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice work. So, Megan.
178.
178. Solid. What was your weight?
35-pound dumbbell.
There you go. So you probably could have had heavier weight, but range of motion was great, right? Like having to reach that far down, it wasn't like an easy reach, right?
Yeah, it felt nice. Yeah, to use like full extension of the hinge and whatnot.
Pressing into the tension. Candlesticks, comfortable for you? Yeah? Cool.
Yeah, I used to do them a lot in high school, so.
Awesome. So a nice break from burpees, break from push-ups. That was
Yep.
my goal today, really. Kat, how did it feel for you? Oops, sorry.
Got 112.
112. Yeah, you looked like you were really searching for good tension and control in your sumos.
Yeah.
Did you feel them in your glutes more than anything?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Good.
I was kind of struggling because I was wearing socks on my feet.
Oh yeah, right. You get a little slidey. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
hard to find the best fit on
Yeah.
your feet when you have like mats or hey, that's the worst problem. That's great. Your candlesticks also looked really, really tall and tight. So they looked like you had a lot of control in them.
Yeah, I enjoyed them.
Cool.
Except for I need to sweep my floors because I got hair dangling from my feet.
Hey, that's a good exposer. Mike, how'd you do?
I did 136.
Awesome.
I had to transition between my cinder block and my kitty litter about
Yep.
halfway through because the
Hey,
cinder
that's-
block was too awkward.
Yep, it was a smart move, but what was I gonna say? I liked your ball ups. You got some control there, like
Towards the
learning how to
end.
press into it. I know it
Yep.
seems really foreign. I know I was yelling at Rachel a lot to like use your arms, but once you actually start using them, you realize like, oh, that's like my brakes, my gas, you know, and you can start to propel yourself out of it. So that was cool to watch. Nice job, Mike.
Thank you.
Yeah. Rachel, I don't know what. Some of them I can't unmute. I don't know why.
I had 102.
102.
It was
How'd
fun.
you feel about those candlesticks? I know you had trouble with them in the first.
They were not great.
Not great. But did you feel better at the end than the beginning?
I couldn't quite get the hang of the arms down. Like I would go like too much, you know. So I'll practice those more.
Yeah, good thing to play with. But did everything feel good and connected other than that? Like nothing felt bad?
No, I'm like glute kind of was sore before this, so now I definitely feel it. I'm gonna phone
Yep.
call
Well, you know what's
later.
funny is I only felt this in my bad side on my glute. Just because my other side's connected enough that a 50-pound deadlift isn't crazy, right? So I could feel it, but it wasn't like screaming at me. But my left glute was screaming at me because it's really weak in comparison. But it was cool because I like to know that I'm at least hitting it. Yeah. Good job though, Rach. Nice wide knees too. I liked that. Jason, how things feel for you?
I got 165,
That's a lot,
and I'd never done the candlesticks before, so they were different.
right? But something, you know, they can kind of feel good on your back and kind of a
Yeah,
break
they weren't
from-
bad.
Yeah.
I lost balance a few times, but
Right. But it's a different way to feel. So if you're in the top of a candlestick really tight, straight, and your glutes are squeezed, if you took the arms out of the situation, it's exactly the same shape your body would be in for a plank, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's just a full hollow. So it's kind of a different way of feeling that. Nice job though, Jason. You cruised through it, 165. That's a lot. All right, Brooke. Oops. I can't unmute you.
Yeah, it asks if I want to be unmuted when you do it.
Well, yes.
Anyway,
Um,
what was I supposed to be counting?
how many squats or deadlifts you ended up doing?
Okay, so I did 30 the first round and then 35. But did we have 4 rounds or 3 rounds?
30. We had 4.
4, yeah. The second middle two I got 35 and the last one I got 40.
Cool. So you're like 70, 140 or so.
Yeah. But
How
I felt
things
them in my
feel?
hips.
You felt it in your hips?
Like in my groin and my hips, kind of like.
Yeah, well, you're definitely pressing the knees really wide. It's going to be opening up your hips on the outside sockets kind of more than it has been in a while, probably. It's kind of
Yeah,
like
and it felt like there was muscles there, like that were tired.
they haven't been used in a while. Just dusting them off.
Yeah.
A little creaky is all.
But no, it felt good though.
Good. All right. So I just muted myself. So now what we'll do is if you want to grab yourself a strap, I'm going to just move us through a stretch together. So you could use a dish towel, a scarf, a band if you have it. Looks like Anne's got fabric laying around. Fabric would work. But we'll just walk through a really quick, well, not really quick stretch, but a nice, easy, slow-paced stretch so that we can open up our hips a little better before we leave and stretch out our glutes. So go ahead and find your way down to the ground. First thing we'll do, bring both knees into your chest, big squeeze, just a gentle rocking side to side. And then from there, you can release your legs down. And we're gonna take your strap or whatever you have and attach it to the ball of your right foot. Bring that up to the ceiling. You can choose to extend that other leg if you'd like, or you can keep it bent with your foot on the ground. You can have a bend in either or both of your knees right here. So if it feels better to have a little bend, do that for yourself so that you're not getting at your low back, you're getting at your hamstring. So pull down on the toe, push up on the heel, bend the knee if you need to. Try to inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. We're gonna grab the strap in the right hand. Left arm goes out for support and just slowly open up to the right. But keep both hips on the ground. So only go as far as you can with both hips down on the ground. Looking for that inner thigh stretch. Maybe you don't have to look very far. Try to think of keeping a flexed foot. That will help protect your things in your knees and your hips a little bit. Ooh, couple more deep breaths here. And then guide your leg back to center. And you can grab that strap in your left hand, right arm out for support. I just want you to move slowly. So take your time as you slowly cross your body. If you feel a good stretch along the way, hang out there for a full deep breath. Hang out there for 2 if it feels like it. So just kind of going with what your body's asking for. Try to find the glute stretch slowly. And then eventually you can pick that right hip up as you go all the way over, really getting into your glute hamstring. A couple deep breaths here, getting into that twist. You could even look at your right hand or look over your right shoulder, kind of bring the twist all the way up the top. Take another full breath and then slowly guide it back to center. From here, release your strap, hold onto your hamstring, get some ankle circles in. Really try to draw the biggest circles you can with your toes. Straighter the leg, the more of a stretch around your shin and your calf. We did do a little bit of jumping today, so reverse those circles. And then bring that knee to your chest. And then squeeze it in for 2 full breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth. We're going to move into the same thing other side. So finding your strap again and attaching to the ball of the left foot. We'll bring the left foot up. And we're going to find that left hamstring stretch. So again, a little bend in your knee in either of them is fine. Pressing up with the heel, pulling down on the toe. Couple more deep breaths here. And then slowly go ahead and bring it back to center. And we'll grab it with the opposite side and slowly cross. Mandy, I'm just now realizing that I didn't write you down. What'd you get?
206.
206. Yeah, I knew you were zooming. You and Zach both had kettlebells, and I think that made a big difference too, because you're, a little bit closer to the ground already.
Yeah, I definitely felt that the handle was higher up
than a dumbbell would have been. But it looked like you kept grabbing your glutes. So was it working?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh my God.
That's what we wanted. We wanted to put the work in your glute. Okay, bring it back nice and slow to center. And then you can get rid of your strap and get some ankle circles on this side. Really trying to draw the biggest circles with your toes you can, like you're trying to scrape out a bowl, and then reverse it. And then from there, bring that left knee to your chest. Big squeeze in for a full couple breaths. All right, so you guys can relax out of that. Take your time. You certainly would probably benefit from stretching a little bit more in your glutes or wherever you're really feeling it. But what did I want to say? Anybody have any questions about things? Comings and goings so far. Today was my first day of programming, so I hope y'all liked it. a little bit different, and I'm sure it will be for a while, until I kind of find my groove anyways. But also that means that tomorrow is my second day, and I can give you a little heads up. We are going to be doing overhead squats tomorrow, and overhead squats and overhead squats. So those of you who have barbells, you certainly could just practice with those. We are working on some big sets, so they're not going to be the heaviest overhead squats. However, if you don't have a barbell, I only used a barbell for a couple sets because I found the other stuff I was using much more effective as far as it gave me a lot more feedback. So we're going to play with dumbbells and kettlebells and all of the things that we could play with. Weight plates, dumbbells, I already said that, but that's okay. You could find odd objects that might be able to lock out overhead, but doesn't really matter. You don't need to have a ton of things. We'll have some fun with it no matter what, I think. It will just give us kind of a day where we're just focusing on lifting, even if it is weird things, right? So I'm excited about that. I did it today and I had a lot of fun with it all by myself. So if I can have fun with it by myself, hopefully it'll be fun for us tomorrow. Yeah, so any questions? All right, well, happy Monday. I'm glad that there were so many of you here. I really appreciate you coming and putting in the effort because it's important. So thanks a lot. Bye, and I'll see you later.